Hi guys, welcome to another Barb Stamps video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to stamp on a candle. And then I did make this candle to coordinate with this card that I had designed to give to a friend. And I thought it was really fun to be able to stamp on this. I should say, quote unquote, stamp on this. And I'll show you what I mean. And I will get my supplies and we will get started. All right, here are the supplies that I'm going to use to decorate this candle. I've got the Thoughtful Bloom stamp set. That is a stamp set that you can earn free right now during Sale-a-bration with a $50 order in my store, shoppingwithbarb.com. I have a candle that I bought from Walmart. And so let's just take the packaging off of the candle. It's just a white pillar candle, nothing special about it. I have a piece of tissue paper here, and I did measure the candle. It's about 2 3/4 inches wide, and then I just cut my tissue paper so it would be just long enough that the ends would meet. So this is actually a little bit, whoops, not a frame. This is a little bit too long. I don't want them to overlap. I want them just to meet. So I am going to trim off just a tiny bit off the edge of this piece here. Okay, and then we will try it again. And so this is like the hardest part of the whole thing, is just getting this piece cut to the right length. And so we're just going to cut off a tiny bit more. Okay, and we will try this again. Okay, there's just a tiny little gap there, and that's going to be perfect. All right, so now I need to stamp, and this this stamp set is perfect. It's got the perfect size flowers and whatnot. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I just re-inked my pads, and so they're a little bit dark. So I am going to press the ink down into the pad so the ink is not quite so dark. And then I'll just take a baby wipe, get off that excess ink from my Mint Melody, or Mint Macaron. Melody is an old color. And then I'll do it again on my Balmy Blue. And then I've got some Daffodil Delight here, and I will just do that right across the bottom. You can see how it lightens up the pad. It just presses the ink down into the pad, so it's not quite so juicy. And since I'm using tissue paper, it's so thin that I don't want the ink to feather out and just look blotchy, and so I don't want it to look blotchy. So I'm going to lightly tap this. So on the ends, I am going to try to put like these 2 sets of leaves on this side of my tissue paper. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in something dark so I can see the edge. I can see where the paper ends, and so I'll just stamp that like that. I'll slide it over here, ink it up again, and then I'll get these 2 on the edge here like that, so that when I put those together, they'll kind of look like they're supposed to be together. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do, whoops, I'm going to continue stamping the Mint Macaron across here, just kind of, I don't know, wherever I think I might need. And you can do just like a couple. Do these 2 here. And as you'll notice, it does kind of bleed through the tissue paper, so be mindful of that. It's not a big deal, but it does bleed through, so you might get confused, you know, about where you've stamped something by being able to see through it. So, all right, so I'm going to take my large blue flower here, and I'm just kind of randomly going to be stamping this guy at the tops of some of these little, I'm not sure what you call them, at the edges here where the stems, the top of the stems. And now I kind of messed that up just slightly. So I'm going to try to come back in. There, fix that up just a little bit. You can add some to the edges. I find that always looks kind of neat when you do that, so maybe we'll do that here. Okay, and then we're going to bring in the Daffodil Delight, and we'll do the same thing. We'll add a few yellow flowers where we have some open stems, and even where we don't. Whoops, that did not get as well as I would have liked. So I'm going to try that again. You can kind of see my tissue paper. It was a little bit scrunched up, no big deal. And we'll put that there. And I think we're going to come up here and do that. And then I might want a little bit of blue down here, like that. So that when these roll together, I want them to look kind of nice. So what I also might do is I might do maybe like a petal coming in on that side. And then we can try to mimic that on the other side with a few more petals. Okay, so we have all of our stamping done, so I'm going to close up my ink. Get those out of the way with my paper. And then I'm going to add just a tiny bit of snail in a few places here. Just so when I put this around my candle, it will hopefully stick. Okay, and then I'm just going to try to stretch it so that it goes around the whole candle. Comes up to my edge here. It's not perfect, but you know, I think my friend will be okay with that. So now I've taken a piece of wax paper and I've cut it so it's a little bit wider than my candle. And I'm going to hold this very tight. So I've got two ends down here and I'm going to hold that tight, and I'm going to get my heat tool. So I'm going to start using my heat tool, and I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be melting the tissue paper into the candle. And so you'll be able to see it in real life. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but I'll be able to see it melt into the candle. And so then I'm just going to kind of roll my wax paper around until I get it all melted in. So here we go. Hold on there. Continue rolling this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get another piece of wax paper. As you can see, I'm not quite done yet. This is the wax paper that I use. It's just cut right from Reynolds. I just get it at Walmart. And so you can see how nicely that's blended in, and then you can tell right here I'm not done. So I'm just going to, again, put my wax paper on. And the wax paper is just, it's very helpful. You don't want to do this without the wax paper. It will not turn out very nice. It will look terrible, actually. And then we're going to see, I'm getting wax on my hands because, of course, the tool has heated up the wax and melted it, but that's fine. I'm just going to brush my hand off into my trash can here. And then I'm going to gently peel this off. And then I'm going to take a look at it. And I'm going to see, I've got a little spot right here that's not quite done, right here on this edge. And I think that is about it. So right here and right there. So I'll go ahead and wrap my wax paper again on those spots. And I guess I can actually, you can sort of see how it's light here and right there. So you can tell if you're not quite done. And you can see it melting in. Okay, gently peel that off. And then you can see I've got a little bit of area there that's a little bit rough that I'm not super happy about. So I'm going to make that a little bit tight and run this on here again. Let that dry. You'll remove the wax paper. And then there it is. So now we have a super cute candle decorated and ready to go. Well, my camera died and I rambled on to the end and then nothing took and I cleaned everything up. And then when I went to edit my video, I realized it quit. So what I was going to do was say, and here is the super adorable candle, and it matches this card that I also made using the same stamp set, same colors and everything. So please give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel right down here. Be sure to head to my Shopping with Barb website to place your orders for any of the supplies you might need to create my projects. And you always earn things free during Sale-a-bration, as well as from me when you order things from me. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.